Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falco Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of a Tuesday Brood War stream. What is up? Hope everyone's having a great day. Woo! So today went to the gym, did some casting for the main channel. Took my kid to a doctor's appointment, just kind of a checkup there. He's doing great. You know, just dad stuff. And can't find one of the cats this morning, but I think she's hiding somewhere. She got outside yesterday and roamed around for like 2 hours and then came back, so I think she feels like she's a wild animal now, but she is not. She is an indoor cat, and maybe she's mad because I brought her back in, but you know. Cats. Cats are cats. So what's up, Nim O'Noom on that purple dimension? We've got Leon there as well. Ooh, Nim O'Noom quoting StarCraft 2. Interesting choice there. Also, Leon says, for 5 minutes of commercials without Vermilion. Oh, like Donnie Vermilion? Just only had one commercial. Anyway, on the red dimension, we've got Max Power and Phalandi out there too. So hopefully the multi-stream works well today. Because for both Sunday and Monday, the multi-stream pooped out on me after about 3 hours. And so I'm hoping that doesn't happen here. If it does, I'm kicking us off of YouTube. We're just going to sit on Twitch for the last hour of the stream if that's how it needs to be. Anyway, hope everyone's having a fantastic time here on the stream. It's a good time for me as well. We are ready for some StarCraft. We've got some names here, Light, Free, and Motive. What's up, Fred? Nemo Noom says, I'm on helium. Oh no, we're even stream trouble already? I don't want stream trouble already. I was prepared for stream trouble to happen, like, oh, I don't know, in 3 hours, right? That's when it's been dying. Anyway, what is going on here? The Knicks have fired head coach Tom Thibodeau, or Thibodeau, after he took them to the Western Conference Finals. He's been in the playoffs 4 out of 5 times since he got the job. They made it to the conference semifinals last year and the conference finals this year. So he's been getting better at what he's doing, and he gets fired after he's shown a lot of progress. So I don't. That's really, it's just tough. It's tough out there being a Knicks coach, as it turns out. Glad you fixed it, Nemo Noom. Good old re-entering the stream, turning it off and turning it on again. Like, how much troubleshooting in the world is fixed by turning it off and turning it on again? I mean, the cousin is unplugging it entirely and then plugging it back in after like 15 seconds. But yeah, every tech support job I've ever had, I mean, anytime I've had trouble with my own tech things, it's always come down to, at least, first step, turn it off, turn it on, hit F5, control F5, close it out, bring it back up, exit the program, come back in. I was having some trouble with this music not coming through in Deus Ex yesterday. Exited the program, came back in, bam, music was back. So it's pretty simple. Like, it's really, really nice that there's an incredibly effective troubleshooting step out there in the world for technology, and it's super easy to do. Like, anyone can do it. So that's what's wonderful. It's one of the good things about the world. Lo and behold. So yeah, been back on the job hunt a little bit. I have, as I sip from my water, I have taken some of your suggestions to heart and started talking about how I've got a YouTube and Twitch stream. And I talked to, you know, a few of you people, get some support out there every day for the last few months. And I don't know, hopefully that helps me stand out from the crowd. Yeah, whatever you do not browse the Recruiting Hell subreddit on Reddit, because it's bad out there, man. People have a lot of bad experiences out in the job market these days. So anyway, that's what's going on. It's a later stream. I think this is one of the later streams I've ever started for the StarCraft. I figured, hey, might as well start it around 6 p.m. Eastern time, because that's 4 p.m. Mountain. People get off work around 5:30 or 6. Maybe more people can be here for a later stream. It really shuts out the European contingency, though. Right? Anyway. I think we are doing fine. Ba 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 da ba ba da ba ba da ba. Okay, so let's go ahead and get it started here. We are in the year of 2024 on these replays. We're going to get through the 2024 folder here sooner rather than later. I might actually have to dig some in there, because I think we have some 2024 replays floating around somewhere. But here we got Yoon. Also, check out Falcon Paladin plays. You know the drill. I've got Halo. I've got Deus Ex out there. I've got Secret of Mana. I've got Warcraft 3. Look at the list. Look at it. Find something you want to watch. I've got a playthrough out there of a bunch of different games. So, we've got Yoon and Light for Game 1. Ooh, it's a Blitz Y replay. Big fan of the Blitz Y. Let's go ahead. Get a prediction rolling here. Light is obviously going to be the heavy favorite here, because Yoon is not Light. It's pretty simple when you think of it that way. So top right of Blitz Y, a map that I like and I kind of miss. It's Yoon, and in the bottom right, it is Light. So if I put a prediction out there, you guys know who is who. I don't have to tell you that this is the Terran Light, because Yoon has his name in his title, which is exactly how this should be. But, you know, Smurf names, barcodes, all that stuff. Ned's all about blue zergs, man. Flandes into the blue zerg lifestyle. You can't prove otherwise. That's what he's all about. Overlord's counting down, because guess what? It's a two-player map. You know where the enemy is. You don't have to scout out and hope you're right. Which also means you got to be careful about Marines, because if you scout the right way and you know it's the right way, and they know what the right way is, they're going to send the Marines up and try to kill your Overlord. So we should do a bet about, will this Overlord Terry here survive this game? Will he survive the first 5 minutes, or is he going to die? Now, if we take a look, not that great. I guess this position's good for Overlords, but to get there, you kind of have to go across this whole open space, or I guess you go over this way and then cross. But again, you have to cross through this open space where Marines can wait for you and shoot you in the face. So that's not what you want. You don't want any of that. So let's see how Terry does. Let's see what Yoon is all about. What's up, Starboy? The boyest of stars here. Oh, actually, I also decided I'm going to be cutting back on my Coke Zero consumption a little bit. That's the plan. Instead of 6 cans of Coke Zero a day, I will be dropping it back to 4. You may hold your applause at my self-restraint, everybody. Got a 12 hatcher. Hatch first here from Yoon. SCV scouting up. Regular old path here. Marines not here yet, because the bunker's not, or the barracks is not done. So Terry's running. He probably has this mapped out.
What? I can't see where you are. Do you happen to be a Dark Templar? Why you gotta be invisible? Is it cause I got gas in my ass simulator?
What's up, Arcanice? There you go. See, Starboy knows what's going on out there. I'm gonna be honest, it's more for budgetary reasons than anything else. But, you know, got to cut back a little bit when you need to find a new job. That is certainly the case. Starboy is not cutting back. Good man, Starboy. Stay strong. Be you. And look, the Overlord is able to get over to this little spot before Marine kills him. Even with a barracks first play. Well, good for you, Terry. He even feels brave enough to poke in and really get a good look at this command center. It's like, oh yeah, that's a command center. I see it. Now we're going to hide over here.
Vastly underestimate me, my dear.
I don't think so, Admiral. You see, at this point, I'm pretty much the queen bitch of the universe.
Martino, that's definitely true. That is correct. So there are enough Mormons in Utah who aren't drinking booze, who aren't drinking coffees, that you gotta have your something, man. You gotta have your caffeine delivery service, your body mind altering service somewhere. And for some people that's caffeine and in soda, and for some people that's coffee, some people that's, you know, like a cappuccino, and some people that's booze. So it seems like everybody's got a thing, and for a lot of people it's sugar. A lot of Mormons too. It's going to be a lot of sugar, which goes hand in hand with the soda thing, right? Yep. They're called Fizz. They're called... There's another one I can't remember. I don't go to them because it's fancy. Like, I don't need fancy soda. Give me Cherry Coke Zero in a can, and I'm a happy camper. These guys are drinking, like, Cherry Coke Zero with orange flavoring and whipped cream and 3 cookies, and it's like... You're a little overboard. Good snipe on that SCV, by the way. Little overboard. Third hatch coming up top left. Recognizes how saturated this base is. Beautifully, beautifully done. Stims on the way. Yeah. Candy. Right. Sugar. Sugar is sugar. Yeah. Baby T-Rex. It is. I don't think it's called Fizz. Swig. Swig is the big one. Yeah, let me show you guys Swig real quick. Let's see if I can get their website here. Yeah, we've done this. So, like, this is Swig. Yeah, they have, like, fancy sodas. Mountain Dew, lemonade, dragon fruit, raspberry puree, vanilla cream, frozen dragon fruit, $4. Mystic Mango. Strawberry, pineapple, mango, lemon, dragon fruit. It's like, it's insane, man. Dr. Pepper, vanilla, peach, half and half. Dr. Pepper, raspberry puree. Diet Coke, coconut, fresh lime. Like, look at this. Look at how much stuff there is. Ah! Anyway, to the StarCraft. That's what Swig is. Dollaville! Dollaville, you're okay. Woo! Uh-oh, this third base is in trouble, and it's dead, isn't it? It's dead. It's super dead. There's 2 Mutalisk. They can't save it.
Only soda we believe in around here is Coke Cherry.
That's right. Coke Zero Cherry, the official drink of the Falcon Paladin Strim. Can he save it? I don't know, man. Yoon. You know what? I think he's got it. He got enough mutas popped out here. And the Lings. Wow. Good man. I thought he'd lost his third base for sure. I was going to be very upset with him, and then now I feel good about it. Huh. Yeah. Arcanine says you have to go to the States to get, like, super fancy sodas like that. Yep. How's it going, Detroit? But yeah, thanks for the resub with Prime for 8 months by Dollaville. You doing all right, man? Hope you're doing all right. We got some good StarCraft here for ya. Yoon. Saved his third base and is feeling fancy. Let's update that Twitch goal with the support from our Dollaville. There we go. Looking awesome. Good start. So Mutas dive bombing in. They're going to get a couple SCVs here. They're doing okay as well. I mean, they are still 8 of them in there. 34 to 24 SCV or workers in favor of the SCVs. Love this one fire bat. Look at him go. Frank the fire bat running up this left side, killing a drone, denying all mining at this base because there's not a sunken here. There are no lings here. There's nothing. This is a weird game, man. But heavy investment into Mutas. Not giving them an upgrade. No attack upgrade. No armor upgrade. Just, hey, go in there, guys. We didn't help you at all. Just, kill these turrets. Man, glad to hear you're doing good, Dollaville. I know you've been through a big thing recently, so hope that's going okay. Ah, so you've got a juice place in California. Right. Yeah, back when... So, it's called Zuka Juice. There was a juice place, like smoothie place, in Utah back in the 90s and the early 2000s when I was younger. And then it got, I think, bought out or rebranded to Jamba Juice. which still is pretty big. Jamba Juice is still pretty big. I don't know that I've been to a Jamba Juice in a while, though. Yeah, so they've got smoothies, they've got the drinks. Ooh, like freaking fruit bowls. Think. Yeah, I guess they sell little waffly cookie things. Anyway, that's Jamba Juice. Hey, we got Valkyries out. That's what we're talking about. Light. Recognizing, okay, this guy's investing heavily in... Ooh, he went back in there when there were Valkyries? Ooh, he went back in again? Oh, I don't know about that. Oh, yeah, I don't know about that. He killed one of the Valks, but dude, these mutas are extraordinarily injured. You could barely see them at all. Yeah, so you guys have the Jamba Juice too. What's up, Vincent? Baby T-Rex has hot dog places. Nice. But yeah, I'm a simple man. I'm not going to spend $4 on a single drink. I'll spend $4 on a 12-pack of Cherry Coke Zero, thank you very much. I mean, that's an extraordinarily good sale. I don't find them for that much. Really, hardly ever anymore. But for a while, it was possible. It was glorious. And you know, back in the 80s and 90s, it was $2 for a 12-pack because that's just how cheap things were back then. And salaries were lower, but the rise in the cost of things has really outstripped the rise in salaries in America, so... Good snipe. Okay, Overlord out, man. 68 workers for the Zerg to... Oh, overall supply. 37 to 37. I'm stupid. Even worker count here. 3 bases for the Zerg. Finally harvesting from the Zerg base. Got Lurkers, got Sunkens. Defending it here. Got Lurkers. Yes, got 5 Lurkers stacked under this Overlord. You can barely see it. Yeah, and in Mexico, the exchange rate is really awesome. Supply blocked because the Valkyries are prepared. 3rd base is on the way for our dude Light. This is a dangerous position for the Zerg player to be in. He doesn't have Dark Swarm yet. He doesn't have Plague yet. Defiler Mount is on the way. Terran player trying to get on to even at base count with him. And then where do you take your 4th? Here? You take it down here. You take it over here, which we can't see because the fog of war is covering it, but it's there. You know it's there. We've had some great games on this map. Scourge actually taking out both of those Valkyries. Nice Scourge control by Yoon, or maybe a bit sloppy here by Light. Either way. He's into science vessels now, though. The Valkyries are dead, and they're not coming back. He's still in Mexico, Max Power? One heck of a vacation. Oh, I actually have a family vacation that I'm going on July 8th. I think it's July 8th. Anyway, the week of July 8th, there will not be any live streams. There will be standalone VODs like regular, but I can't really record a live stream and schedule it to post later. So, first time since we started the unemployment streams, I won't have a stream for an entire week. What will you guys do? You'll watch my standalone VODs is what you'll do, and you'll catch up on ones you've missed late before. Until June 15th, Max Power is having the longest Mexico vacation ever. That's awesome, dude. Wow. I mean, sounds awesome. You get to watch live streams for StarCraft and Falcon. You get to drink $1 orange juices. Yeah, this space maybe. See, this is what's being checked. Light's like, has this space been taken? No. Rad. How about this one? No. Also cool. I didn't have vision on that, but I imagine he checked it recently and recognized that that's not happening. So check it out. We got Hive. We've got Defilers out. Plague's on the way. Consume is done. Macro Hatch is coming in. It is 45 workers now, not the 60, 65 he wants. Kind of a weird map for that, and this Overlord's going to die because it doesn't have Overlord speed. And that's why most Overlords die, is because they don't have the speed upgrade. Okay, Radiate on the Defilers. Good early attack. We've got the Hydras out, so it's Hydra meta versus the Terran. We'll see how Light handles this. Usually you want to add more tanks in. He's not doing it yet, but he did just throw up a factory when he saw how many Hydras there were, so I assume that's what it is. What's up, Wander? I know, isn't it crazy how late it is? I'm experimenting with different start times. It is 6:30 on the East Coast. I don't think it's that late for StarCraft in America. It's crazy late in Europe. I get that. The European viewers are unconscious at this point. It's like tomorrow over there already. It is already Wednesday. Radiate a couple of those lurkers. Don't actually die. Good. Great. Let's get some repairs up on these guys, huh? Yeah, siege mode's on the way. More scanning. Yeah, Zerg player's on 3 bait. He's gonna die. What are you doing, man? You need a 4th. I'm not sure he's even tried to take a 4th yet. What is this? Plague catches 2 science vessels. Lurker gonna die because it's been irradiated. Splitting out. Oh! Got him. Ooh, sending your plague science vessel in where you know there are Hydralisks parked is a really bad idea. Yeah, StarCraft is watched all over the world at all hours of the day. Is he expand? Oh, okay. So yeah, Yoon is dead. I don't know what to do. That's it, right? 4 bases for the Terran, 3 bases for the... Oh, it's a 4th base. Hold on. Hold on. He's getting a 4th base at the same time that Light's for... Well, Light Space is already done, so it's behind is what it is. It is almost midnight in the UK. That's right. So it means it's tomorrow in Germany. And in, like, Estonia. Okay. Tanks getting picked out. Marines can't engage with this. There are no firebats. Why are they fighting? Because he's microing up here is what he's doing, but he's running for his life up here, too. Tank. If that tank dies... Ooh, there's another one over there, though. Just popped out. Trying to high ground it here against these Hydras and Lurkers. Not a big group for Light at all, actually. Light's expanding down here, too. And this is just not an attack that's working. So, 4th base exists. It's not harvesting. It's 62 to 42 workers. This could be an overextend by Light. He could be being a little too aggressive economically, and it could definitely come back to bite him in the face. So I'm curious to see. It's just he's got a... I don't know, man. He's got a bigger army. He's got dropships he can drop with. Aha! Secret lurker. Ow, seriously? You're just gonna... Okay. Just ran right on through, I guess. Ew, another science vessel down. So the way you win this as Yoon is you kill all the science vessels and all the tanks. And then guess what? Hydras with Dark Swarm and Plague just destroy. Well, Hydras and Lurkers, because you got to count for the fire bats on some level. Hydras can't do that very well. But yeah, so 4th base still not mining. Yoon! Yoon! You have to use this base for things. Why do... This might actually be broken. Yoon's floating a bunch of cash. Like a bunch of cash. And is only at 80 supply. And he's producing... Well, hold on. Maybe he's just bad. He's producing 3 lurkers. No, it suddenly got very passive, didn't it? Do we have stacked up SCVs anywhere? No? Do we just think Yoon is... No. I'm rewinding it. Something went bad here. Ah! Hold on. See, now there's a drop in the main base. Okay, okay. Yep, something happened. Let's... I saw the dropships. Okay. So here we are. 4th base of lights running. 5th base is coming in. 4th base of Yoon is happening. This happens. We saw this already. You know, Wander, you have the most philosophical questions of anybody on the stream. They do make you think. Right, so this group gets chased out. Yeah, banks are a lot lower here. Science vessel count is hefty. Yoon's down to 300 minerals, which is a lot better. And then he loads up the drop ships. He holds this position. He doesn't just walk his Marines into lurkers. He kills the lurker. This base is actually getting saturated. It never happened in the previous version. And then there's the double drop ship. Scourge can't kill both of the drop ships. These guys could have, though, but he wasn't paying attention. And the mutas unload. The drop ships die, but enough Marines survive with 2-1 upgrades to wipe out the mutas. Go to town on an evolution chamber, working on a plus something upgrade, a +1 attack upgrade on these lings. And no, he doesn't get the upgrade. All right, doesn't get the upgrade. That's totally fine. Could be worse. That was okay, I guess. But yeah, look at this base. Look at this base. Transferring all these SCVs over like an absolute boss. Tanks coming over this way, too. Production tab looks a lot heftier for Yoon. And the money continues to be low. So this is the real version. This is the real world. Science vessel, snipe. Good snipes there, but 135 to 107 supply, 62 to 50 workers. Dark Swarm is good, but Dark Swarm is not so good that you can just break the laws of economy in StarCraft and be down 2 bases to your Terran opponent and beat them anyway. I guess unless maybe you get a Dark Swarm on top of their natural base and then kill it. You know, we've seen that before, but pretty hard to do against somebody like Light. Science vessel's getting sniped. Weird place for a factory, but he ends up saving that too. Ling's running down. Their +1 attack is working on completing here. They try to get into this mineral line with their crackling upgrade without the tank noticing. The tanks are busy worrying about the lurkers up there. Okay, SCV's running for it there. How's it going, Big Wan? The biggest of Wans. And a bit of a win over here from Yoon, too. So, I don't know. 4 base in. He's got that gas rolling, which is awesome. There's a scan in. Yeah, Ling's on top of tanks will, you know, in these numbers, he does kill a single tank there. That's all good. I don't know. Does Yoon have comeback potential here? He's at 50 workers, which isn't exactly like the 65 that you want to see if you're going to make some kind of a comeback against somebody as good as Light is. Yeah, Light's adding more fire bats into his comp here. Irradiating every lurker before they jump on top of the tanks. They might get a spine or 2 off before they die. 1, 2, 3 spines off before they die. Fire bats helped with that. And Zerg player trying to get a 5th base on the left side. This is an important base here. Well, if you don't try to expand on the right side, which is really tough to do, you know that. High ground everywhere. Weird setup. Easily abusable. Terran player's all on his back foot right now. He's working on battle cruisers. Oh no. He's working on +1 attack for his mech. +2 attack for his mech. My apologies. And Yoon is kind of... He's down 150 to 100 supply. He keeps sending lurkers into like 20 siege tanks without any Dark Swarm support or anything. There it is. Wow, that was embarrassing. That was really bad. That was like a Defiler and 4 lurkers for almost nothing, I think. I don't think anything Terran died there at all. Stop trying to make lurkers work against 20 siege tanks. Stop it. Queens. What is this guy even trying to do? Okay. Yoon's falling apart here, folks. It's not in the way we thought he was, where we thought he was, his macro was slipping. It's actually him just kind of throwing lurkers into nothing and Defilers showing up in places where there are 100 siege tanks too. A lot of firebats hanging out here from light. Is he ready to... Is he just... He might just be like, this is fine. You can have this. I'm still winning this game. You come try to attack me and you'll die. What's up, SOS? SOS, dropping Yo Mama jokes into chat. I mean, it's not actually Yo Mama jokes. It's just a Yo Mama, but... It functions as such, I suppose. He's just sacking SCVs. He says, I need more army. I need more supply available to make my battle cruisers. Where are those guys anyway? I like how this one Ling is left entirely alone down here. Has this game... Did it break again? How has he not sent something to handle this? He's clumped up a bunch of stuff. Yeah, this is busted again. How is this replay broken twice? And then it just ends. Let's try it again. Oh, he does get a Dark Swarm down here. That's the liftoff. That's a forced liftoff down that way. There's not one Ling breaking down every single SCV in that bottom left base. Now he's actually moving out with the firebats and the siege tanks, and he's going to try to take down this left side base. Wow, I've never seen a replay break in 2 places like that before. It's a 2024 replay. This isn't even an old one. Okay, Lurker holds on against the firebats. Ah, see, we don't have big old clumped up dudes here now. Battle cruisers are actually on the move out. Battle cruisers on the move out. What are these guys doing? 5 kills on that lurker. Dark Swarm in. Another Dark Swarm on the tanks. Or, yeah, there you go. 1 lurker inside Dark Swarm. Generally invincible unless it's in the wrong position. If it's on the right side and there's a tank over there, it can definitely die. Battle cruiser does actually get out onto the field. He's running into 3-2 Hydralisks though, and he has 0 upgrades. Like the dumbest time to go into battle cruisers is when your enemy already has fully upgraded Hydras and Defilers out on the map. It makes no sense at all. Yeah, but it's 185 to 100 supply. I really am not entirely sure what RJB saw in this replay. I feel like Yoon's kind of just been bullied a little bit here, which makes sense because Light is the much better player, but usually he sends replays where I guess maybe he's like, hey, look, it's a game where battle cruisers work. And no, it's another example of a game where battle cruisers are in the game and the Terran wins despite the fact that he has battle cruisers. Yeah, there's your GG. That's it. This attack's winning. This attack is failing. Yoon taps out. And yeah, if you want to just be contrarian, you can be like, ah, Sea Falcon, battle cruisers were made, and the Terran won. Battle cruisers are good. It's like, no, no. This guy got 0 kills. He did nothing. The Hydras that already existed rebuffed him, sent it back home crying. What actually got the job done were these Marines and these Firebats and everything else. So, GG, but I don't know. Weird game. What's up, Savior Sword? Light pulls it off. Yeah, so doubly broken replay. That was a nice drop up there, I guess, by Light. And the battle cruisers just didn't do anything at all. And here's another example of your resources. Outspending the Zerg player in 23 minutes will usually 99.999% get you the win you've been looking for. Back down to this place we go. Let's do a PvT 4GG versus Free on Blitz Y. Free 4GG. Bam. Free is Protoss. 4GG is Terran. You guys know who's who. So we're back on Blitz Y. Top right. It is a Protoss player. It's Free playing red. And in the bottom right, an orange. Terran is 4GG. He does like his orange. His orange color is a good one. He's a big fan of it. I think most of the 4GG games that I cast feature him in orange or blue. Those are the two colors that he really enjoys playing with. Which is fair. Alrighty then. What are we doing here today, folks? We got PvT. Hope you're having a great Tuesday. It feels kind of like a Thursday to me for some reason. I'm not sure why. It's a pretty balmy 74 degrees outside today, which I can't complain about, considering it was like 87 on Sunday. Into the 90s, depending on where you were, standing in the sun or not. So, being at 74 at 4 p.m. Hum. Yeah, so I found out on Sunday that they're actually filming a new Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland that's supposed to come out next year. I honestly had no idea. What's it called? Brand New Day. What's annoying too is what on the internet these days, people put together fake trailers of movies. Because it's easy to do these days, right? AI helps a lot, but additionally, you know, just cutting together clips from previous movies as well. Anyway. Oh, very brave. Getting some damage off on that first Marine, though, is pretty important. Fewer shots to kill it with a Dragoon if you're planning on going goons. And there's that very, very fast Nexus timing on a two-player map. SCV sees it. Goes, okay, you didn't wait for Cybercore. Which means your Nexus is down. You're not going to have any Dragoons to defend at all. What if I showed up with some Vultures? No, he decides to expand instead. I don't know about this. I do not know about this one. But yeah, in general, I think I liked all three of Tom Holland's Spider-Man movies. I liked Homecoming. I liked Far From Home. I liked No Way Home. They're all kind of good for their own reasons. I think Tom Holland plays a pretty good everyman Peter Parker and Spider-Man, both pretty well. And I do like the idea that this is a Peter Parker who has made his own suit and isn't friends with all the Avengers, right? So we'll see. They sell Little Caesars pizza in Mexico with chorizo, onions, and jalapenos. Wow. Okay, that's a pretty spicy pizza. But it makes sense. It's Mexico. Makes perfect sense to me. So he did go for a couple Dragoons after the Cyber Core finished here. He's not getting a range upgrade on these Dragoons quite yet. He's going to go for robotics facility first. He saw the Vulture and said, I really need detection. Faster than a normal build, without a doubt. Yeah, and I mean, yes, all the stuff that Spider-Man went through in his first films as the Tom Holland version, he's grown a lot. Certainly. And just the fact that he's kind of on his own now with a crazy magical spell reset from No Way Home. I think I like it for a story beat. I think putting him on his own out there, can't rely on anybody else, is pretty awesome. I wonder if they're going to undo it, though. Kind of worried about them undoing it quickly. Anyway, Reaver stuff. Wow. So he's going, screw Observatory. I'm going Reaver stuff. Getting a shuttle out. Not getting Singularity Charge. I can't hit your bunker. I can't deal with Spider Mines because I don't have detection yet. Additionally, Spider Mines have not been researched. 4GG went to tanks instead. No upgrades at all off this machine shop yet. Am I wrong? Am I crazy? Did he get Vulture Speed here, maybe? Maybe he got Vulture Speed, but I don't think he's got Spider Mines. They'd be out there. He doesn't have Siege Mode, or these guys would be sieged up. What is he... I think he sniffed out the Reaver stuff, and he's just not worried about it. He's getting an armory. He's going to start Goliaths. Yep. And he might go for Karen Boost first. Observatory does come in just for safety purposes. Barracks scouting the right side of the map attack path. Big fan of that. And he scans and sees the shuttle. And he's not going to see the Reaver pop out, but only because those take a while, and the scan does not last forever. So Observatory, fine. +1 air weapons. Oh, wait. No, he started this... I mean, I guess he's hoping it gets scanned? So he assumes it's... He is getting a Stargate, though. Is he going 2-base Reaver into carriers? Free. Are you a crazy person? That sounds like a really dangerous build against 4GG here. What are we... Yeah, man. Look at that Stargate. Look at this buzzing. Not even getting Singularity Charge. Yeah, Goliaths are ready. They don't have Charon Boost. He's got Siege Mode. Okay, so the guy's got Siege Mode. Gonna try to bust the front here with the Reaver shots and the Zealots and the Dragoons, but the Siege Tanks, 3 of them, say no. You can have this bunker, but you're not getting too much further in here, my friend. Barracks does scout the double Stargate and the Fleet Beacon, which has now started. Okay. Well, Free tried his best to hide this today, but in the end, scouting Barracks was too strong, too much of a match for the Protoss surprise, and now he knows. So here we go. Charon Boost does get fired up. He's already got Siege Mode. Ooh, that's a nice little sneaky Reaver shot. Ooh, down this... Ah, that was great. What a fun little position to get out of range of those tanks and hit a couple of those SCVs on the way down. Fantastic. We got, yep, double carriers on the way here. There we go. 4 factories on the way to... Turret ready to be in an early advance warning system if the carriers show up. I feel like I'm crazy that he didn't get Singularity Charge. But if he doesn't have it now, he's not going to get it. But not having range on these Dragoons seems like a terrible idea. Like, not having the range upgrade on something that you're making a bunch of is terrible. Maybe he does have it? It's going to come back down again. Try to put some more Dragoon Reaver pressure up on this front. Try to kill some Goliaths, maybe. Any Goliath you can kill right now while these carriers are being produced is a good kill. 'Cause, man, it takes forever to build carriers. It's a long time when you're obsing, and it's a long time when you're playing, too. Charon Boost is on the way. Or, sorry, carrier capacity is on the way. Spider-Man research finally coming in. Got a decent number of tanks to deal with the Reavers. Loving that.
Adjutant online. Good morning, Captain. Our long voyage from Earth is over, and we are holding a stationary position near the borders of Dominion space.
Ooh, Goliath's hitting there. Thanks, Lean Campy, for subscribing. Trying to get to 69,000 on the 69 subs on the channel. 69,000 of those, so appreciate it. Vulture's trying to bust through this front door. They spider-mine it up. They trigger it on. Boof! Getting that egg. Further opening the door here. Zealots can't hold the line at all. Vulture's into the net. That Vulture natural base is a great place to just go here. Oh, man. Probe's dying everywhere. There was a big advantage in workers here for a second. It is gone now. It is absolutely gone. Yeah. Spider mines do kill a siege tank. Spider mines giveth and they taketh away. 34. Something like 15 probes have died here. The carriers are trying to defend, but siege tanks rolling in. Ba-boom. Big shots against those workers without a doubt. And Zealots getting killed by these tanks too. The carriers will handle them eventually, but you know, 4 kills and 2 kills on a tank that wander into the natural base. Protoss has a third base over here. Bit of a ninja. I am not sure that 4GG knows about it, but 4GG's got +1 on his Goliaths, got tanks. Pretty scary position here. There are only 4 carriers in the group. He doesn't have a ton of gas because he has to keep making things like Dragoons and Reavers to stay alive against these ground forces. What's up, Ozzy? Good morning. Best of mornings. We got Free and we got 4GG here. Their names rhyme, but they are enemies. Syncing up his interceptors by attacking his own pylon there, but good engagements. Great Goliath hits. Oof. Big time hit. 102 to 98 supply. This is looking pretty much like this carrier transition has failed. It got scouted immediately. And then 4GG just made what he needed to make. Couple tanks, mostly Goliaths, killing interceptors like crazy here. Getting into this natural base. If these carriers can't win, which in the hands of a skilled player like Free, they basically can. Attacking his own assimilator to get those, there you go, to sync up the interceptor attacks, taking out a tank. Taking out another tank here. Carriers want to stay up on that high ground as much as they can to avoid those body shots. I know they're losing interceptors, but that's way better than taking shots to the carrier bodies themselves. He's doing pretty well with that. None of these guys have any major damage whatsoever. Shields are gone probably, but what's up, Drew? What's up, Specia Heat? How's it going? Reaver wanders in, gets 1 hit off, and then runs for his life because of course he does. Yeah, there's not enough carriers here. I think Free is dead. I don't see any way this is going to work out for him. He tried rushing for carriers off a 2 base. I know he's got the sneaky 3rd base back here. I appreciate this. But he's just going to lose the 2nd. Okay. If the carriers can dive on this thing, there's a lot of Goliaths down here. Glad you're enjoying it. Specia Heat. Carriers. Diving down in. Hiding. Hiding. Just doing as good carrier micro as you can possibly have. He's got +1 attack on those carriers, working on +2. Actually, maybe even +3 at this stage. Yeah, look at him all building interceptors. It's been so tough for him. That's +2. Goliaths are at a +1 attack with a +1 armor coming in. Just keeps poking in, trying to pick off a turret, trying to pick off a tank, trying to get a single Goliath. The army is massing on his front doorstep, though. He's trying to make zealots. He's producing more reavers. He's down in supply. He's trying to keep the Terran at bay while increasing the carrier count by 2 at a time. I'm really shocked he hasn't checked these bases yet. Or these bases yet. Yeah, natural base being evacuated. Tanks are in range. Carriers go for the counterattack. Protoss is scariest when they go for the counterattack. So, oh boy. Yeah, that Nexus is dead already, though. I mean, what damage can you do to this third base of 4GG? I guess you could probably kill it. But a lot of Goliaths are coming back to try to stop that from happening. Yeah, now he's got to fight the Goliaths if he can. How's it going, Jordan? Happy Tuesday. I mean, parking a bunch of carriers in your enemy's main base is kind of rad. Look at him. He snipes down the armory so that he can't make any more Goliaths. Hold on. With epic level carrier micro like we're seeing here, this might actually sort of work out for him. I don't think he's lost a carrier yet. He takes down a refinery on the way out. He loses the natural nexus, yes. And I think 4GG thinks it's over, but check this out. There's another one. There's that other base over there that 4GG doesn't know exists, or he would have killed it by now. Yeah, it's a pretty good carrier map, right? You got to come up these little narrow gaps. It's hard to get a big concave against these carriers with these Goliaths at all. Yeah, for all the a million Goliath shots we've heard in this game, we have not heard the death sound of a carrier once. They are doing incredible stuff. He's trying to use Reavers and Dragoons to break out here. The Goliaths aren't here anymore. The tanks got killed. He's retaken his natural base. Again, the larger problem here is that the third base by the Terran, while harassed, still exists. And being on even base count here is not going to be a good time. If you're a Protoss, even if you've got the carriers, it's a really, really tough ask. It's a pretty good thumbnail there, I would say. Does get the command center as well. Well, I mean, Drew, the maps for ASL 20 are 100% going to be anti-Zerg maps. 1,000,000,000%. Because they need to slow Soul Key down. They can't have him... They can't have him winning another ASL. Because that's too much, right? Oh, he did find the base over here. Okay, this is getting interesting all of a sudden. Third base by the Terran is dead. Wait, that carrier might be a little bit too far forward. No, okay. Not happening. Dude, is Free gonna maybe pull this out? I was pretty much firmly in the camp of he's not winning. It's not happening. Big Crazy says Solkey's gonna win that fifth. Maybe he will. Maybe despite the maps that are gonna be so anti-Zerg, maybe he wins anyway because he's just that good. Nexus down. Nexus back. Gas production would be nice. Yeah, Terran's on 2 bases. We're on a 2-base to 2-base economy, folks, at 18 minutes. What a scrap fest of a game this is. Look at this. Zealots on top of your Goliaths causing major problems that way. The flank attack of Goliaths. I'm trying. If he targets... Ah, there it is. Carrier down. Okay. I was going to say, if he targets a carrier there, he could get one, and he does end up getting one. Reaver shots combined with the carriers here. What a game from Free. Yeah, just jumping on the Reavers. Ow. Losing a Goliath for it. That's totally fine. 103 to 118 supply. 50 to 28 workers, but it's 50 SCVs on 2 bases. He's trying to long distance mine from his third. while this is going, the carrier count is 11 still. He's got that +2 attack. He's working on +3 on these carriers. The Goliaths remain at a +1/+1. No further upgrades from them. He got a new armory, but where did he hide it? Over here. Okay, like right on the front door. Not a good hiding place, I say. Yeah, you're right. Sulky didn't seem unstoppable in ASL 19. He won, but plenty of players took maps off of him. Hey, what's up, Agus? Yeah, I've been live streaming since before COVID, usually on Sundays, but that just goes to show how good YouTube is at letting people know who live streams on their platform. They kind of suck at it. Been live streaming since like 2017, man, but good to see ya. Welcome aboard. Been live streaming 5 times a week here on this channel with the Brood War for the last few months. And probes are fighting. Carriers are fighting. There's not a lot, man. Not a lot of Goliaths here after all. What's up, Jack? What's up, Buzzard? Welcome back. Good to see you guys. Look at these probes getting damage on in here. This is insane. Yeah, Ozzy. YouTube is honestly kind of suck, but unfortunately that's where my biggest audience is, so I'm here on YouTube. Look at this. Is he winning with 20 probes? He's got an 85 to 70 army supply advantage. GG free. Oh, what an absolutely insanely impressive game from our guy Free. I think he lost a single carrier today, maybe 2. Maybe 2 carriers today. He just abused the positions on the map so wonderfully. Hiding up here, hiding in this area, coming down this right side, hitting this third. Going into the main base and sniping the armory was pretty cool too. And then he just got out when the Goliaths showed up. Man. Yeah, look at this. 14 kills. 20 kills on a carrier. 15 on that one. 13 on that one. 15 on that one. And these are not SCV kills. These are not Marine kills. These are Goliath kills. He is killing giant numbers of Goliaths with these carriers. What a play from Free. Even losing his ninja base over that way. Even losing his natural base. He just is able to ride the power of carriers to a victory, and somewhere Ganon is smiling. I'm not sure why. He doesn't know why he is. I know why he's smiling. Yeah, Bovine says, absolutely. GG, man. What's up, Bovine? Cheese compilation. Did you watch the last one, Sean? Did you get number 11? Or is it 12? Yeah, Albatross, the problem is that if you want to make ghosts in numbers to deal with the carriers, you got to build a bunch of barracks. And you already have factories, and so when you're building barracks, you're not building Goliaths, and there's a really open period where the carriers show up. And if you don't have anything yet because you're trying to transition into ghosts, you sort of die. It's really hard to pull off. And so most Terran players don't even give the attempt there. Look at this outspend by the Terran, and he wins anyway. Dead impressive stuff. Here, let's take a look at the cheese compilation. The studio says I've got a playlist. It's called Cheese. Yeah, Brood War cheese compilation here. Let's look at the videos. And here they are, looking good. So here it goes. 50,000 views for the first one I ever did back in 2018. That was great. 40,000, 40,000, 20,000, 30,000, 8,000, 30,000, 12,000, 3,000. This cheese comp that I did, number 12, gets fewer views than like regular standalone posts that I do. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to the 12, but people are not happy. They're not clicking on it, but it's here. So is that the one you're talking about, Sean, or are you waiting for 13? Because this one got posted like 2 months ago. Anyway, GG, man. Free pulls it off. Nobody put any money on free. Cool. So who's next? Who's next on our list of pro replays to get to? What's up, Veet? Veet was making fun of me yesterday because I was streaming and there weren't 40 people here. All right, what do we got? Oh, it's a rematch. 4GG versus Free, this time on Fighting Spirit. So what do we think? Are we going to see more carrier, like, amazing play out of Free? Because that's what that was. Also, thanks for Gustav Pohl for following 5 hours ago when I wasn't even streaming. Hats off to you, Gustav. Top left, Terran player 4GG. Bottom right, it is Free. No, these are replays, OKG. Veet. Well, in that case, I apologize for assuming ill intent on your part. I am content with what I'm doing. That's the thing. I like it. I'm good with it. Yes. Solki is the real bonjour, whatever these moron Korean StarCraft community people say. Yeah. I mean, Big Crazy is a big Solki fanboy, and I'm with him on that. Yeah, I mean, anybody who disagrees that Solki is dominating, that's the word, right? That's what Drew said, dominating the pro scene right now. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I guess he's not doing crazy well in other things like Pro Cups and stuff, but when the rubber hits the road, he 100% is the best player at ASL, which everybody agrees is the thing that we measure success with. Scouting out here, trying to find where our Terran 4GG is. Nothing up in the top right because he is, in fact, in the top left. There we go. Getting some gas out before the expansion this time. Really fast expand last time from 4G or from Free, but it worked for him. Whoa. All right, Zealot on the way out, but we've got 2 Marines. We've got SimCity here. We've got a factory on the way. He should just go home. I mean, I love you, Robert the Zealot. You're brave. You're strong. You're fast. You hit hard. You're very mean, but you're gonna die here if you come in. So yeah, yeah. He sees the 3rd Marine. He sees the factory. He sees the little gap he can't fit through and says, "All right, well, never mind. We are going home." Ooh, Big Crazy's believing in action. That's a pretty big bet to make. I like action a lot, but man, does he kind of fall apart in late game against Protoss and against Terran in games that I've seen of his. He is the macro Zerg, but he's got to work on some decision making, some map awareness, troop movement stuff. I mean, it's a hard game, absolutely. It's a lot to ask sometimes. Nice. Nice little block there on the Vulture. Gets a scout off, sees the expansion. Doesn't get too much else done there. Expansion on the way from the Terran. He is working on... Oh, Singularity Charge for the Protoss is coming in. Gonna attack this bunker as much as he can. But siege tanks are on the way. We've got an academy on the way there too from the Terran. And a robotics facility. Because he's worried about them spider mines. We know how that works. Okay, Dragoons are going to wait here until the range upgrade is done. He's worried about Reavers, which is what this Rax is all about. And he should be worried about Reavers because, you know, a Robo exists and you're playing against a Protoss. He's got an Observatory this time. He didn't go right into Reavers before Observatory, so that explains where his mind is at. He doesn't expect Spider Mines to be a problem, and he doesn't want to be too aggressive at this point. And he got scanned out. Saw no sign of Reaver tech. Third Nexus coming in here, too. What's funny is I feel like the build is better for free in this game. He's got the faster third base, right? He's got the Dragoons with range. He didn't have this stuff in the first game. But he got the sneaky third base up, and he got his carriers out, and it was very, very close to being a loss, but he pulled out the victory in the end. He took a more risky build in game 1. That would be fun, Big Crazy. I don't know what the rules are for off-raising an ASL, though. They let you off-race... I mean, I guess they let you play as random, but I'm not sure you can swap races between maps, right? If you come in as Terran, you got to play the whole series as Terran. Trying to bust in. Good golly. Okay. Good. Bunker busted, but also tank down. Good. Dragoons. Great stutter step here from Free. This is the kind of stuff I like to see in PvT from the Protoss perspective. So I kind of feel like he's got a better chance to win this one than he did the last one, even though he won the last one. Yeah, I know, but like the rules, nice tank snipe. What's up, RJB, by the way? Ooh, got the other tank on the way out. This is great. This is so good out of Free. He's killed every tank on the map. He's kiting back SCVs and Goliaths. So it's one thing to be able to come into a tournament, get to your semifinal round, right? And play Terran in game 1, switch to Zerg in game 2, switch to Protoss in game 3. Like, I don't think many places will let you do that. But if you want to come into a series and say, I'm playing Protoss here, and you played Terran in the previous series, I've seen places be more okay with that. I am definitely not muted, Max Power. I don't know what you're talking about, sir. Yeah, this is great out of Free, man. What do we got? 1 kill, 0 kills. Okay, 2 kills, 4 kills, 4 kills, and 0 kills. Yeah, 2 with 4 kills. That's SCVs, that's tanks, that's Goliath. The third base is getting hit. It's 57 to 44 workers. This is great. This is what we're talking about here. This is 4GG, Big Crazy, just like in the last game. It's Free versus 4GG. Observer pokes in, sees what we're dealing with. I mean, it's tanks. It's a lot of tanks is what we're dealing with. And a 4th Nexus coming in bottom left from Free as well. So 4GG and Free here. 3rd Nexus, or 3rd CC coming in here from the Terran. He's got a starport for Wraiths. He is worried about Reaver stuff, even though there's no Reaver stuff. But there is an Arbiter Tribunal coming in. Okay. It is pretty late in RJB's neck of the woods, isn't it? RJB is not American. He is Dutch. But his English is great, because a lot of people in Europe have great English. Cool. So we got Arbiter Tech into PvT. Haven't had this one in a while. But, I mean, when you're on 4 bases against your Terran opponent's 2 bases, you can kind of do whatever you want. He's going to try to delay the landing of this 3rd CC, but this is a pretty hefty, hefty siege tank mech-style army here to shut it down, so no. So he does escort the 3rd base. He gets it down. He's going to transfer some SCVs up there. But it's 145. Does 96 supply, 70 to 60 workers. Yeah, 70 workers here for the Protoss. It's feeling great. Stasis is finishing up. Might actually see recall coming in here too. Problem is, a lot of these TVPs kind of turn into, Terran got enough tanks up, walked across the map, and everybody died. So hopefully we get to a point in this game where the Arbiters do get to play. Does he even have one yet? I'm not sure he has one yet. He was working on those upgrades before, because there's, no reason to make an Arbiter if there are no spells for it to use. The Cloak is nice, but Stasis is what really does it. Ooh, and he is getting recall. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, high ground siege tanks there. I mean, what kind of scan energy do you have? There's a scan. There's 2 scans. And there's a scan there, too. Wow, okay. So he just charges right into the base. Parks an Arbiter up here. Like, pretending like he's going to recall, but he doesn't have recall yet. Kind of parks himself in that corner. What is that? Okay, I guess he's going to get chased and killed by a Goliath. That's fine. He doesn't even get a stasis off. Maybe it doesn't matter, because Free is wrecking this 3rd base with wild abandon. SCVs didn't get pulled. I think 4GG thought he could hold this. Not looking good, actually. 146 to 85 supply. Every tank is dead. Now you pull the SCVs. On response is 1 siege tank and a couple of vultures. That's not going to get it done. Yeah, take down 3rd base. Absolutely getting smooshed here. What a game by Free. Remember when I was like, yeah, sometimes Terran just gets a bunch of tanks and walks across the map and gets the win. Sometimes Protoss walks across the map and gets the win. They don't even have siege tanks. He's going to get this 3rd command center, isn't he? Oh, yeah. 3rd center down. He's trying to expand to the right side behind it. 4GG is like, all right, well, that's it. If I can't reestablish my 3rd GG, and Free gets a nice little 2-0 here against a really strong Terran player. Protoss fans are eating well today. Yeah, that was really nice early Dragoon play. Free gets the win there, too, because, well, you know. All right, GG. That was great. Produced similar numbers of units, but Free killed way more. 5-0 buildings raised, and the outspend was pretty chunky for a 12-minute game. Surprise little 12-minute game there, eh? Did I ask RJB for more larva replays? I did not. No. I have larva replays. Just posted one the other day. You saw that, right? Best versus Larva on Saturday. That was great. Okay, Apocalypse. This is going to be quickly. Nope, this is going to be Motive versus Light on Apocalypse. So let's see how Motive does here against Light in a PvT. on that. Sounds good, RJB. Sleep well, sir. Left side of the map. We're going to blue this one because brown is so hard to see on this version of the map anyway. It is a blue Terran player. It is light. Right side, we've got Motive. He's playing red. All right, well, good news is RJB has more larva replays. Big crazy. We'll get there. We will be getting there. Oof. Wander would like to see a Soul Key ZVZ. I mean, you can get one. It'll be 6 minutes long, and it will involve Zerglings, and then some Mutos will pop out. Demanding a larva versus Soul Key replay. I mean, not demanding one, but suggesting one, I think, is a better word there. So both players working on their gas. No one's going crazy here. We're going to get the factory stuff out. We're going to get the Dragoons out. It'll be fine. Somehow I turned off the vision there for light. I don't know what happened. All right, Motive. What do we got, man? Singularity charge before expansion. This gas means factory before expansion. Can you become a pro by doing a 3-gate rush every game? No. Nope. If you want to be a pro, you got to have more than one build. You can be the best person in the world at that one build, but people will know it's coming and stop it. And then you'll lose too much, and you can't be a pro if you're losing that much. He didn't even make a vulture, did he? No, he went right into machine shop. So what is this? Is this spider mine attack? He's gonna expand behind it. I'm gonna guess it's siege mode. I'm gonna guess the first upgrade on the machine shop is going to be that. Do I want to do some push-ups? No, I never want to do push-ups. I also never want to go to the gym. But I go anyway, because it's good for me. Today I listened to a podcast about the NBA with Bill Simmons and Ryan Russillo while I did my running. And it's going to be spider mines instead of siege mode, so I'm kind of bummed about that, but Marines, vultures, doing what they can against the Dragoon. The dancing is really annoying. I've always felt like this kind of micro doesn't fit within the lore of the game. Like, a Dragoon shows up, it's a mighty Protoss warrior, and like he's gonna be dancing around like he's afraid of these Terrans. You know what I mean? He comes in, he kills what he can kill, and then he dies gloriously in battle, and that's it. Him running away from like 3 Marines? No, that's not how Protoss warriors should fight. That's lame. But it's the optimal way to play, and that's just the you know, what they call the ludonarrative dissonance between the story of the game and the lore of the game and the actual gameplay of the game. Happy says, in the one cinematic we got where it's siege tanks versus dragoons, one siege tank shot kills one dragoon straight up. But it was already injured, right? Yeah. What's up, BioCarry? Also, the tank fires a projectile. I mean, these tanks fire projectiles. You just can't see them. They shoot so fast the naked eye cannot view the projectile. It's a cannon. Like, I don't know what else it's doing. Anyhow, that was a little distraction, wasn't it? Yes, it was. We got tanks. Cool. We're going for the speed for the vultures. Also fine. I always felt like that was a recall, Happy. Again, the cinematic was produced by people who maybe didn't understand the whole game, and maybe the game wasn't finished yet. And so they worked off of incomplete and outdated information when they made the cinematic. I mean, I think that's a lot of what's happening in the Brood War videos, in the Brood War cinematics, for sure. Yep, tank exploded with science vessel noise, like I just said. This is a bust-in attempt again. We saw this. 4GG did this in the first game between him and Light, and got in as well. There you go. Dragoon's more ready to step up, though. Motive a little bit easier to hold on, just because his production's been a little bit better on the Dragoon front here. And he's got that range upgrade as well. All right, Terran, what do we got? Anything crazy? No. More factories. Making Goliaths. Observer does not get sniped out by the missile turret. 1 hit point keeps it alive. Is able to get in, see the number of factories. See 2, 4, 5 facts here. Still no third base from the Terran. None under production either, but I assume we're going to get there, as a 4th base is warping in from Motive up the top side here on Apocalypse. Yeah, Ob's out to scout out spider mines so the Dragoons don't jump on top of them accidentally. That's really bad times. Ah, Vulture gets a nice little probe kill. We're gateway manning. No sign of carriers here from Free today. No sign of arbiters either, though it's not like he can't do it. But man, look at this gateway count. 2, 4, 6, 8 gates. Gonna be zealot bombing. Gonna be dropping Psy Storms out here for sure. Not much else you can do with that many gateways. So what are you talking about zombies, Max Power? There are no zombies. I mean, I guess Infested Terrans are zombies. So, Sort of. Reaver shots getting big here. It's okay, but 135 to 99 supply. Protoss feeling okay. How's it going, Music with John? Happy Tuesday. Definitely not. I would not have 150 supply in 10 minutes. Facing off against a light. Or vice versa. I still think it's a robot, Big Crazy. I don't think they shove a person in here. It doesn't make any sense. He's just an android. He's a robot that looks like a person. For aesthetic reasons? Because it definitely doesn't need to be like that. Dogs and Vans for Life. What a name. What's up? You met a zombie in real life? How'd that go? I mean, you lived, so that's nice. Was it a friendly zombie? Man, expanding again. Really, really wanting to get out ahead of this Terran player on 3 bases with 1-0 upgrades. Working on further upgrades is our guy. Templar Archives finishing up. A little bit of Psy Storm action is going to be part of this play here too. Looking good in the hood. Also, double drop down the left side. And unloading on top of the spider mines here to stop this from happening. Reavers unload on top of the tank. They don't try to kill the tank. The Zealot does that. There you go. Losing one of the Reavers in the process, though. Reaver, does get exploded thanks to a further siege tank on the other side of the command center. Wasn't too bad. I think that was a pretty light amount of damage to take considering what was in those shuttles. New base, warping in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 bases. The zombie wanted a cheeseburger. Well, did you have a cheeseburger? I mean, that seems like a pretty reasonable request. Considering the alternative is that it eats your brains, I would accept giving a zombie a cheeseburger for not having my brains eaten. I am not sure what light does here. I mean, it's light, but look at how much of the map the Protoss is taking. Even if you start killing these bases, it's going to take you forever. You're going to get dropped. There's going to be Reavers inside your third base. Trying to figure this out. What's yeah, Big Crazy says, hit the like button out on YouTube, folks. Always a fine way to spend your time when you're watching the StarCraft stream. Good scout, sees the base. Figures there's probably a base up there too. Why not? Probe transferring. Ah, baby T-Rex wants me to do a video recap on 28 years later. You know? Not a bad idea. Kind of interested in that one. I think I'd have to watch 28 Days Later first. I haven't actually seen that one, but I should. Anyway, maxed out Protoss, +1 attack. Terran's at 165, 1-1. Gauging up a ramp like this is a really tough experience, dude. But Zealots swinging around the right side. Storms on the Vultures and the Goliaths up top. Zealots want to get on top of these tanks as much as they can, and they do. Spider Mines triggering, killing several siege tanks there. The Storms are blanketing like crazy as well. And I think that was a win for the Protoss. Huge win for the Protoss. No, he didn't break all the way into the third base, but he killed a bunch of tanks. A lot of Vultures. As 140 to 96 supply now. That's the kind of engagement that you want on an entrenched Terran position when it's got the high ground too. Motive. That was sick. What a sick engage. Have you seen Train to Busan, Baby T-Rex? It's a Korean zombie movie that's really good. I really like Train to Busan. But I'll definitely... How about this? I will watch 28 Days Later this week sometime. Yeah, you have seen that one. Good. Good. Yeah, he also recommends Train to Busan, people. You should check it out. Yeah, look at this. Maxed out. 70 supply lead for the Protoss. What a good game for Motive. I mean, if you get away with that expanding, it really leads to situations like this where suddenly you feel pretty comfortable dealing with this tank amount. This left side all gets blitzed. You can kind of attack down into this natural base now if you want. SCVs were trying to transfer over to this fourth base. Some of them do make it that way, but in the long run... Oh, Spider-Mine, take a Dragoon down, kill a Vulture with him as they love to do. All right, baby T-Rex, that is fair. Now you got yourself a deal. Big crazies, watching some B-movie zombie stuff. Another base coming in, or not. I should have tried to build the Nexus. He had a probe over there with like a ton of cash. He fires up 12 Zealots instead of building that Nexus, which is fair. I'm okay with you having 12 more Zealots, but it's a 70 supply lead for Motive right now. Now look. As Terran upgrades get scarier and scarier, as that +3 comes in, if he gets a drop down in this position, starts going after some of the tech, if he gets up to this spot or this spot, starts threatening a couple bases at once, it can start to tip pretty scarily in the Terran's favor here. But for now, Motive's doing okay. What's up, Nebster? Happy Tuesday. Good to see ya. But if you keep dropping instead, woohoo, forcing a liftoff on that command center. Yeah, keep the pressure on the Terran. Make him feel like he can't. Ooh, good hit. Can't get out there and kill your bases because he's too busy cleaning up the messes inside his own fourth base. Brutal. He does lose the shuttle, so there's no evac here. Reaver doing what Reaver does. Good. Psy Storm on the mix as well. 74 to 55 workers, and then the attack up this way while a lot of the army is busy defending the fourth base. Yeah, great Psy Storm placement here. This just makes Protoss look overpowered, man. Really does. Terran's holding on, though. Terran's 55 workers is not dead. 4 bases for a Terran. You can get a lot done on 4 bases. Let's see if Light gets out across the map here to get some more work done or not. Can he? With the 2-2, with the +3. Science vessels for EMP on those High Templars. Always a big deal. Protoss working on his +3. He's getting an air weapons upgrade and a Stargate. He might feel like a 4-basing Terran is a little bit too hard to crack without the aid of the carrier. We'll keep an eye on that production tab, because that Cyber Core is spinning behind your chat. There it be. Charging down a pretty narrow area here. I don't know about this, actually. Psy-storming the ramp is good. He's trying to get into this base if he can, but he's kind of getting distracted by all the dudes up on the ramp and on that high ground, so he doesn't get as much down here to this base at all, and that was not... Well, it's not over yet, but now it's over. Yeah, these siege tanks on the back line. Wiping them out. That sounds pretty awesome, freaking Starboy. I'd eat that. Chipotle rice. I've never heard of Chipotle rice before. Is this just like rice from Chipotle? Like, can you buy that in the supermarket? There's the 3 gates, 3 Stargates, and the fleet beacon. And the scanning is not considering the possibility of carrier. Not this one, anyway. He is making a bunch of Goliaths here. It's a mix. Rice with Chipotle. Right. Got it, got it. Yes. I was just... Chipotle is a restaurant, and they stole the name of the pepper, so... It's kind of hard to determine. It's just if you capitalize Chipotle, I guess, then I assume it's the restaurant is the idea. Four Stargates. Big Crazy calls it out. 4 Stargate Protoss. He's maxed out. So what he needs to do is either sack some probes or go for an attack and then start building carriers. So this might be what this is. Coming right on in. Trying to kill as much stuff at the Terran as you can. Nice EMP. Good spread. Good overall area of effect there. Yep. Just trying to do what he can with it. And then as stuff dies, I'm guessing we'll start seeing some carrier production. He's got the supply available. He's still continuing to make Zealots and High Templar. Maybe he wants to have some air armor upgrades before he actually gets into the carriers or not. Mahatma Chipotle peppers. Cool. Yeah, chili lime hot sauce is delicious. That does sound pretty great. Not bad at all. I need to make some fried rice. I've got some old rice in the fridge I should fry up for tomorrow. Somebody told me Chipotles are old jalapenos that have turned red. Yeah, that's a weird thing to tell somebody. Light's on a bit of a rampage here. He's down 70 supply. And he's going to take this base down probably because carriers are on the way. They take a while to get there. But I'm not sure if carriers are necessarily necessary in this position. I think Motive can win this thing even outside of getting into carriers. Like, a lot of his supply is being taken up in stuff that is not helping him right now, and he's doing pretty great with his counterattack. Good snipe on that High Templar, though. Yeah, Spider-Mine's getting wiped out. There are no tanks in this position. He's going to lose his obs, though, and now Spider-Mines are way better. Oh, he lost the obs. He got careless with it, and an Archon's morphing in a position where it's going to die. So, Nexus down. Look at him landing the command center there in advance of the Nexus dying. Aggressive stuff. BioCarry says that Chipotles are red jalapeno peppers that have been smoked and dried. So they are jalapenos. They should just call them red jalapenos then instead of giving them a new name. Although I guess we do that with other food too, right? Like what we do with cow. It's a steak, or it's a hamburger, or it's ground beef. We have different names for that as well. So I think Motive is just basically trying to stay alive until he's got about 8 carriers, and then he'll show up and kind of ruin the day of Light. Light can smell that coming. I am sure. He's like, you should have more stuff than this. Why don't you have more stuff than this? Because the carriers have arrived. They're somewhere. Nice little D-Matrix top down. Tossed down. Carriers are here. Might go actually try to successfully save this base. And save this base while you're at it. And I think Light just might tap out. He might be like, oh. He scans up here. Carriers? Huh. Where did those guys come from? When did you have time to do that? Well, in the last 10 minutes, he's had a lot of free time. You haven't really been able to pressure him all that much. So, excellent job. 2 games with carrier wins in PVTs today. And that's it. Yeah, Light says, okay, we're done. He knew he was done. He knew he was done before this. He knew he was out. He was down in supply a lot. He was down in bases. I mean, look at all these bases. This one gets saved. This one gets saved. And then the carriers show, and he's like, yeah, okay. Fine. I would have fought it out if you didn't make carriers, I guess, is the idea here. But I don't know. 185,000 points to 219,000 points here. Burchonk. We got ourselves an outkill by the Protoss, an outproduction by the Terran. Structures raised 13 to 12, and the outspend is giant and chunky in 24 minutes. GG, Protoss getting the win. Nobody bet on that game, huh? Nobody was like, how do we feel about this? Nobody believed in Light. All right. Okay, let's finish this up. Can we finish it up with a non-Terran versus Protoss? No. I'll have to dig. Really? You're going to make me dig into the 2025 folder for this? Okay. So much PVT. So much PVT. Ah, Big Crazy's ready to go. He's ready to request a larva replay. Let's try to dig one out then. Boop, 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 boop. All right, he wants a larva replay, and he doesn't want it to be short. We did a long one for you the first time you did this, didn't we? I guess we did a short one as well. Okay, so we've got... Oh, a last versus larva. How does that sound? Here, let me see how long that one is. That sounds pretty fun. Okay, so we gotta dig back into the foreign Brood War Discord server replays. Been into foreign in a while. That's right. Dogs and vans for life says everyone needs to hit that like button. Where is the foreign last? There's just a last here? Yes. Oh, okay. TVZ versus larva. Yeah, this would be great. Circuit breakers. We got circuit breakers. We've got fighting spirit. Which one would you prefer, Big Crazy? Those look like the options, though. Catch you later, Jack. Have a good day. Have a good Wednesday. You'll take it as long as larva is there. Okay, let's go larva and last on fighting spirit. I don't think I've cast this one yet either. This is great. It's just from the Foreign Brood War Discord server, which has kind of a little more quiet recently, but that's okay. Presented by Fish Server. Cool. So, top right of the map, Fighting Spirit. We've got an Orange Terran player. It's last under his well-known Smurf name, Melverk. And on the bottom right, it's Larva. 460 APM. This guy crushing it. Sharp's watching this game too. He wants to get some tips of how to play TVZ. Let's get a prediction rolling out here. Although nobody bet on the last game, so I don't know. We'll do the predictions anyway. Last or Larva. How's it going? Good idea here. Happy Tuesday. Happy bit of a later stream. That's right. Got some Zerg action today. Try to give us a little bit of every race action on the weekday streams. Because, you know, it's all good. Yeah, this is an older replay for sure. I don't know exactly how old it is. But Last hasn't used the name Melvert for years either. But yeah, the 530 APM, the yellow color. Definitely Larva here. Yeah, Protoss fans are pretty happy. Did they win every one of those games? Yeah, that was wins by Free 2 games in a row against 4GG, and then Motive defeating Light. Straight up as well. Dude, Terran's having a bad day. Their hopes are pinned on Last to get a win here. Little 12 hatch first. Bam. Natural base. Wonderful stuff. No sign of a CC first here from Last because that doesn't make any sense. Nobody would ever go CC first. I mean, you can, but it's so rare and so risky. He's scouting out with a drone, and he's scouting the right direction, which is nice. Somebody put 9.9 thousand Falcon ships on Larva. Excellent. Drone gets in, gets the scout, sees no sign of gas yet, sees 1 Rax, no 2 gas, says, okay, you're expanding, and catches a glimpse of the expansion coming down there too. SCV sees everything because there are no Marines. There are no Marines here at all. So getting rid of this SCV is a giant pain in the butt until your pool is done. Even then, it's super annoying. And he's got the 3rd hatch. So this could be 3 hatch Muta by our guy Larva here. I guess we can see who has the money on what. Can we do that? No. No, I can. Bovine. Yeah, Bovine's got money on. Good Idea here's got money on too. OMC Ritzy's got some money on. Oh, on the other side. But then it's Hans. It's Hans von Totenland who put the 9,000 Falcon chips on Larva. That's who it was. We can actually check that. I don't really do that much, and I probably should. Huh. Marines on a bit of a push out here. This is kind of stuff that's been killing Jaedong in ASLs recently, and it's really concerning. Like just little 4 Marine push-outs. So yeah, really saturating up the second base a lot. Once he's got the 100 gas, we're going to go ahead and get into some factory play here. Blair is on the way. Academy coming in from the Terran 2. So +1 attack. Early +1 attack here. That's what the engineering bay is for. Not just to make turrets. We're going to make our Marines as good as they can be, as fast as they can be. Also going to give him stim. Going to give him a range attack. He's feeling like Larva is going to go for mutas. And it's looking very much like he is. Based on the gas here, based on no Hydroden, based on the lair timing. This is going to line up real nice. Actually, he's a little bit early on the gas. He's got more gas than he needs. And he's not going to have enough minerals right when the lair pops, but pretty darn close. I mean, come on. Bam. 456 on the Spire timing. 3rd hatch has been popped for a while. If he saves up the larva appropriately, then he can have 9 mutas pop when that Spire finishes. He's got a bunch of gas already. Just needs to save up those minerals and make sure he's got enough available supply. And make sure he doesn't use the larva for other stuff in the meantime. How's it going, Jericho? 3 a.m. Yeah, see, our European viewers struggle with the streams that are this late. But I have to do them earlier in weeks that I have the kids, so we kind of try to make everybody happy. North Americans, South Americans happy. Europeans happy. Generally, people in Asia don't do very well with the stream times at all, but other side of the world is hard to accommodate for. There's a factory coming in. 4 racks and a factory from Light. Probably just going to go for double starport. Go really SK Tyranny here would be my guess. Got colonies, but no Sunkens yet because look at this. Look at this little ling spread. Just covering every possible attack angle. Knows when last is moving out. You got bit by your own dog, Jericho? That sucks. Ugh. You been to a doctor? So the mutas are out. Hey, look, he did. He got a whole giant chunk of mutas, man. This is 9 mutalisks at 7 minutes. It's a lot. It's a lot of mutas. No attack upgrades for them either. No carapace upgrades. Another scan here. He sees what we're dealing with. No stream. Bad stream. Recover stream. Okay, stream has recovered. We're good. He just scans the front, sees the Sunkens. It's a little bit over sunken, and he doesn't have a 3rd base either. He's thinking about it. Yeah, Jericho, after this game, live games, you got it. Also, have you been to a doctor? If you had a dog bite you and the pain is severe, I recommend a doctor. I'm trying to figure out where this third base is supposed to be. Dude, what? He sends the Marines to the top left instead of checking bottom left. What is happening right now? All right, Muta's doing what they can. Ugh. Okay, bad news bears there. He comes down here, he kills this drone, he denies the base. Instead, he checks the top left, then sends a guy down here, says, please don't let there be a base already. Please don't let there be a base already. Attacks an overlord for no reason, and then jumps in and kills the drone. Dude, what is Larva doing? He ends up killing the drone, denying the third base, and now where's Larva going to be? He needs these mutas to kill everything. I don't think he's lost. Has he not lost one yet? He just leaves the incredibly wounded mutas behind. Gets into the main base. Okay, stops construction on the science facility for a minute. That's nice. Yeah, 60 to 70 kilograms. Giant dog. Okay, so you're ignoring the question about doctor, so I will stop asking. But, yeah, live games after this game. You got it. Ned Flanders is the best character on The Simpsons. My goodness. The thing is, The Simpsons has a giant roster of incredible characters, and I want to say there are about 20 of them that could have the title of best character, and I don't think I disagree too much about that call. What did he scan? Oh, I scanned the main, saw the hive, saw the defiler mound. Doesn't see this, although there are lurkers now there. No happy. No map requests today. This is a requested larva replay from Big Crazy. It's really my pleasure. Like, you know how you go to Chick-fil-A and you're like, thanks, and they say, my pleasure, and it's like, well, is it really? But this is my pleasure. I like casting larva. Big Crazy doing this is like, ooh, I win too. All right, couple tanks out to help deal with the lurkers.
No defeat, so long as the spirit is unconquered.
It's the single starport play again. This is like a 2008 replay, man. We saw this in the game with the STC versus Whoop. Okay, buying time for the lurkers. Anyway, the point was, it was a 1 starport, which is apparently more in the meta than the 2 starport play we see today. How's it going, YH? Lurkers! Scourge getting picked out there. They do not connect on a science vessel. Full HP on that sucker is kind of important. Detection so you don't have to scan. Yeah. I mean, you're going to challenge your dog to a 1v1. Awesome. Scourge, 1 connection, not 2. Consume is on the way. This is one of those things where consume is on the way. You wish you had it right now. Is like, come on, come on, come on. It's done. Consume, 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 consume. Dark Swarm. Bloop here, there, and bloop up here maybe too. Look at this by last. Oh, another Dark Swarm covering those guys. Ling's trying to jump in, but they're jumping into weird places. Get inside that Dark Swarm, man. Lurker does manage to get in there. Thanks to the Nidus, I have to assume. That's helping a lot for sure. Also, Lings and Mutas get into the main base of last and start picking off things like fire bats and marines that pop out of these barracks. It's not a lot of Mutas, but there are 8 of them, and they can kill vultures pretty effectively. 1 vulture production, yes, and spider mine production here too. So I think Lass is just doing the thing where you may have your factory, might as well use it to make spider mines against your enemy and their lings and whatnot. Oh, he got the hatch. Oh no, he got the hatch. I didn't think he was going to get the hatch. He'd retreated out of there. Oh, maybe the tanks didn't die as fast as I thought they did. Oh no, Larva, you got enough money. Do it. Rebuild. Rebuild the hatch.
Awaken, my child, and embrace the glory that is your birthright. Know that I am the Overmind, the eternal will of the Swift, and that you have been created to serve me.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Zealjung55. Trying to get to 3,600 followers out here. Looking good on a Tuesday. Happy's got a rage game, but he has to host it, and it would murder custom hotkeys. I see. Well, if you have to host it, that doesn't work, because I can't join your lobby. Because I've got too many replays in my replay folder because Blizzard is stupid. You know that. $95 to 75 supply. Nobody's at 100 supply. Replacing the natural base here. Drones transferring down to it. But here comes the Terran. Darkstorm pops. Lurkers jumping down. Scourge do take down a science vessel. And good burrow. Wham! Huge death to a giant chunk of Last's army there. He's still on 2 bases. I feel like in 2025 the Terran would have 3 bases by now. But I guess he's got a 3rd CC that he just hasn't floated over yet, I suppose. Look at this. Come on, stream. Figure it out. It looks like you figured it out, and then you died again. And then you figured it out, and then you died again. And then it kind of recovers, and then it kind of dies.